So there are a lot of maps in CSGO. Some of them people love and some of them people hate. So today I'm going to be bringing you the top 5 maps in CSGO. Coming in at number 5 we have Season. And Season is a map that has been in Counter-Strike for a very long time. But in CSGO we saw a revamp in the map added into one of the newer collections that came out later in the game's life cycle. It was a revamped version of Season and it actually played very well and very similar to the original Season. Not only does the map look really good in this new revamp, but it also plays pretty solid. The only thing that I can complain about is that on CT side it might take a little bit too long to rotate. This was also a problem in the original Season and it makes it kind of hard to play a CT, but it makes you keep on your toes as well, so it's kind of a double-edged sword there. It makes you want to not have to over rotate, because if you do, you know it's going to be really hard to get back to the other site. This makes it so on CT side you have to be more careful in your decision making, and it also makes it a little bit easier for the T side, which is something that I always appreciate. So the original Season and the new remake of Season are both wonderful maps and deserve a spot on this list. Honestly, I want to see Season added into the active duty pool, as we've seen more and more maps getting added in and some even taken out. I honestly would like to see that way we can get to see a lot of these pro matches on there. Also, it will up the population of people playing on the map. I would honestly like to see it replace Nuke, and I think a lot of people share that opinion in the community, so I'm going to hold out hope that we're going to see Season hopefully in the active duty sometime soon. Number 4 is another map that actually got a remake by Valve, and that is Cobble. The original Cobble had a lot of problems, and I think a lot of them were addressed here in the new update for the Cobblestone map. A lot of it fixed a lot of the balancing issues that seems to be a huge problem in the original Cobblestone, and something that a lot of people complained about. When the new Cobblestone was rolled out, it received a lot more admiration, and it seemed like a lot more people started playing the map. I myself started playing the map once they created the remake, and I think I'm not alone in saying that. Cobblestone is actually one of the bigger maps in CSGO, probably the biggest in the game. I'm not sure about on that, so do not quote me, but it opts for a castle-like design, something really unique in the game, and I don't think we've really seen that anywhere else in CSGO, and it's just stunning to look at. It's one of the maps that in pugs and in matchmaking games it's more T-sided because you can just kind of rush things blatantly, but when it comes down to team play and strat calling, it seems like it's more of a CT-sided map. I like the puggy style that you can play on Cobblestone. It just seems to work really well, because if you're playing in matchmaking or just a pug, you don't have to run these super complex strats to do well. You can just rush out and take a lot of aim duels, and that's something I actually like in my maps. Number 3 is Cache, and I don't really have a whole lot to say about Cache other than that I like it a lot. It's one of the more basic maps in the game that has pretty much 3 lanes that you can go through, and mid control is really key on this map. That is what I like about Cache a lot, is the fact that you have to take mid control. It's very important to the game, and it can control the whole flow of the game. There isn't really any secrets on the map. You just have to take good aim duels and hold mid down pretty well, and it seems like you're good to go. I like the simplicity of the map, and I like that it's not crazy overcomplicated like some of the other maps that we've seen added into CSGO. Also, more recently, Valve has added in things to actually make the game run better on Cache, which is really cool to see, as I know some people were having issues with the game running pretty badly on Cache. It's going to be cool to see them add that into hopefully other maps such as Nuke and other maps that don't really run particularly well, because I know the community is kind of mad about that. So hopefully Valve will take some steps here with Cache and add that into other maps, and hopefully we can get more optimized maps and overall a more optimized game. Coming in at number 2, we have one of my more favorite maps on this list, and that is Mirage. Mirage is one of my favorites on this list because it requires a lot of teamwork to do well, which is the exact opposite of some of the other maps on this list. On T side, you have to smoke execute a lot. You have to do things at the right time if you want to succeed here. A lot of people complain that it's more CT sided, but I feel if you can execute strategies well on T side, that you will be more than good to go. That's what I like about it. It requires a lot of teamwork, and that is something that Counter-Strike has been founded on, is the fact that you have to play as a team, and I think Mirage is one of the more maps that emphasizes the importance of teamwork. Mirage is one of the staples of CSGO, and something that is there for very good reason. It's one of the fan favorites when it comes to CSGO maps, and for very good reason. This map is a ton of fun to play. Like I said, it requires a lot of teamwork, and overall, it's really fun if you can get a couple friends together and play on this map. Solo queuing, it might not be the best because, like I said, if you don't have a team, you're gonna have a struggle, but you know, I really like teamwork in CSGO, and that's why I really like Mirage. Number 1, of course, is going to be Dust 2, and for very good reason. Dust 2 is one of the first maps you learn out playing Counter-Strike, or at least for most people. Everyone I know has literally learned how to play Counter-Strike by playing Dust 2. Dust 2 is learned by a lot of these new players because it's very simple, a lot of the callouts are very well known, and it's just easy for players to get get into. I think Dust 2 is a very important map in CSGO and in Counter-Strike in general. We've seen it go through plenty of changes, and in its form right now, it is actually very, very good. It doesn't require a whole lot of teamwork, and it seems like you can pretty much carry a team on Dust 2 like any other map. And you know what? It's actually a whole lot of fun. I know Dust 2 gets a lot of shit for being a newbie map and all this other bullshit, but in all actuality, Dust 2 is one of the best made maps in the game. This is one that you could probably have seen coming, and honestly, I know it was a little bit predictable, and I debated putting Dust 2 at my number 1, but it is honestly my favorite map and one that I put so much time into that I feel like I know it like the back of my hand. But tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. What are some of the maps that I might have missed? What are some of your favorite maps? Tell me in the comments down below. And if you like this video, how about you hit that like button? And if you dislike this video for some odd reason, how about you hit that dislike button? And if you're new, how about you subscribe? When this video does reach 500 likes, we'll be able to the next one. So be sure to smash that like button. But yeah, guys, this has been the Chosen One Inc. And as always, peace out.